I'll give you another insight into how I think. Not that I've got this all figured out. I told you I was traumatized. I still have stuff I'm working through. I'm trying to be a better person. It's hard. It takes commitment. But one thing I'll say is that I learned a long time ago that if you want to be a kind of a high achiever, whether it's wealth or success or anything, you have to sort of look at your life like a stock portfolio. And let me tell you how stock portfolio theory works. When I this is what my doctorate's in. The what a lot of people think is that when you pick a stock, that you should pick the stock that you think is going to make you the most money, that it's going to have the highest return on investment. And that's one way to look at it, but that's incorrect. One really important aspect of creating a portfolio, which is basically all a portfolio is a collection of assets. A collection of assets you own. This builds your wealth. This creates income, prosperity, all that. One of the most important aspects of whether or not you add a stock to your portfolio is what they call correlation. Correlation is how does this asset fit with the other assets that I own? And so ultimately, the same thing is true when it comes to life. When you talk about your life portfolio, you're mainly your health, your wealth, your relationships, your physical and mental health, your relationships with other people, and then your economics. All those aspects of the portfolio have to be correlated with each other so they're moving in the same direction. Right? Like, and a lot of times we think that those things are not connected, but they're all very connected. And so in my own personal life, when I did do things right, when I did accomplish things, like for example, getting my doctorate was the hardest thing I ever did. I had to really make sure everything I did was in alignment with that goal. And, I couldn't hang out with certain people because they would throw me off my path. So ultimately, thinking of your life like a portfolio can be extremely beneficial. So maybe what you do is you pick two or three things that matter to you the most. I would pick those like top three things that really matter. And then at that point, anything that enters your orbit, anything you get involved with, anything you do, whatever, has to somehow connect, correlate, pour into, or at least not distract from those core things that matter. And by doing that, what you're doing is you're being energy efficient. You're also minimizing these conflicts and minimizing the probability that something new is going to destroy the things that are most valuable to you.